I hate to say it, but yes, I told you so. I hope you didn't get too much crushed by this recent crash. The question is, does it make sense to buy now low? There are different indications. When we just look at backtests and we look at the very long term, we might be turnish long-term bearish. However, there are some hints that at least in the short term we might now be oversold. So if you're currently panicking and you're considering to sell everything now, it might make sense to potentially hold back at least a bit. I don't have a crystal ball either, of course, but I want to show a bit of data that you might not yet have considered. The first data point is simply where Bitcoin is in its trading range since March of this year. If we just draw those imaginary lines, we tend to be very, very depressed right now. And there is quite a bit of price range here. From bottom to top, this is a 24% move. Is this support going to hold or are we going to bounce? Your guess is as good as mine. But I think it's good to be at least aware of that support. Now, actually, it was not Bitcoin that crashed most here. This was a crash that was led by Ethereum. Because have a look at the Ethereum dominance, or how much of all of crypto is in Ethereum. This goes in a sideways trading range for quite a while, to be more specific, since April of 2021, and we are now very low on that trading range. And again, a recovery could be quite massive. This is an outperformance versus the rest of crypto of 40% from bottom to top. I'm not saying that we're going to see a rally. I am personally not buying. My trades are more long-term. But I am saying that at least in the short term, there might be some people that pick up the pieces. Now, because this was an Ethereum-led crash, I do not buy the narrative that this is all just recession-driven. A lot of people think that crypto is now crashing because the unemployment numbers in the US were not that great. And because of that, stocks might crash, and in anticipation of that, Bitcoin is selling off. I do not buy this. I think the real reason we are crashing is because momentum is dying down. There's not a lot of new people entering the space. I've talked about this in prior videos and I got hammered for these views, but still feel free to check it out, right? Feel free to check out the prior videos on Ethereum and on Bitcoin on this channel. I also believe that the Ethereum ETF launch has not really helped. Because check this out, since launch of the Ethereum ETF, we have seen outflows, as in money was flowing out of crypto or Ethereum was sold off, mainly because of grayscale, right? Have a look at this. The net Ethereum ETF flows, the Ethereum ETF launch was not great for ETH whatsoever. This is constant sell pressure. And grayscale is still holding a ton of Ethereum. This is what I believe is really going on. This is the problem, and this is not going to resolve itself in a week or two. Now, again, Ethereum could bounce here in the short term. I don't know. I don't buy the bottom. But because Ethereum is crashing so much, the altcoins are going down with it. Because altcoin prices are coupled with Ethereum prices. A lot of liquidity pools are measured in Ethereum. And so have a look at this. This is the others dominance. The altcoins tend to bleed as a fraction of all of crypto. Now, does this mean that we have to throw in the towel? I don't think so. I actually believe that it's easier to make money in a bear market compared to a bull market. And let me explain you why. This is the top 100 altcoins today. Pretty much everything is red. Here is the same for the week. Here is the same for the month. We do see a few performers on a monthly basis. Now, how likely is it that you're going to pick the few winners in a market that's not expanding as a whole? How likely is it that you're rather going to pick a red bubble compared to a green bubble? It's very, very likely. Thus, I believe if we want to put the odds in our favor and we believe that crypto as a whole is not expanding in the next weeks, maybe it makes more sense to bet on falling prices, right? To short the altcoins. That's what I'm personally doing. That's why I am actually benefiting from this crash. I've never done this before, but I want to do this now. I want to share my alpha versus buying and holding Bitcoin over a monthly basis. So what we see over here, each data point is a month, and it shows how much did I outperform or underperform versus buying and holding Bitcoin. So this is not the US dollar performance. This is the alpha. This is my benchmark. I want to do better than Bitcoin. Otherwise, I could simply just buy and hold Bitcoin. Now, there are two interesting learnings over here. The first learning is that outperformance is very, very volatile. So you cannot just look at one or two trades. You can't even look at 1 or 2 months and then conclude whether or not you're a winning player or not. The second learning we take from this, that even though we try to improve our skills over time, the market is also maturing and the competition is also getting tougher over time. So we have to learn faster than the average. And I have only been semi-successful with this. What we see over here, this dotted line, that's a regression of the monthly performances. So yes, this is going up slightly, but not as quickly as I would hope for. By the way, the current month is the best month I've ever had so far. Again, because I'm making money during this crash. And so here's the average monthly outperformance. It's 2.7%. So that's per month. In US dollars, I made, since November of 2021, I made 4.9% per month. Again, because Bitcoin during that time, of course, went up as well. But we can't take this to the bank. Bitcoin goes up and down. What I'm really interested in is the alpha. And so yes, crypto trading is a game of both luck and skill, and the luck component is large. That's why we see all of this fluctuation over here. But the skill component is in the end what distills over time. And I wanted to share this data not just to show off, but to actually give a realistic expectation. How much can we actually outperform just buying and holding Bitcoin if we keep constantly learning? It's not that huge if you don't take massive amounts of risk. And so that's why I'm always saying, if you're interested in premium and you want to get this 100% free, then your crypto portfolio should be at least $6,000 roughly, because then the monthly alpha will pay for premium. If you've got more, of course, you can also make more return. If you've got less in crypto, then of course you do have a lasting cost. Now, whether or not that cost is justified depends on if you want to pay for education. I strongly believe that you're going to improve your skills with the tutorials in premium much faster than if you were to just watch YouTube videos. But if you're not satisfied with the membership, there is also a 1-week money back guarantee. So simply just message me in the first week and you get your money back. If you want to have a one-on-one call for half an hour, maybe even an entire hour, then I don't charge people directly. But if you sign up even yearly for premium, then every person that gets the yearly subscription also gets a call with that, a one-on-one call. So if you want me to go through your altcoin portfolio, or if you've got questions in general around finance, around portfolio allocation, etc., feel free to simply just sign up yearly and message me again, and then we set up our call. Last but not least, if you haven't yet subscribed, feel free to do so. I publish videos regularly on this channel. See you next time. Cheers.